Welcome to the concept development of Lesson 4, everyone. Lesson 4 for Module 5. In this lesson, what we're going to do is pretty much the same thing that we did yesterday in Lesson 3, except we're just going to show it using multiplication to calculate the volume. So we did that yesterday. We're just adding a little bit more into it today, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. So you will need the Lesson 4 template that I am using here. Okay, you will need that Lesson 4 template that I'm using here. You also are going to, you can use top blocks if you want. Just to give you a better idea. You can use cubes at home if you have cubes at home to give you a better idea, but you don't need them. So what we are going to do here today is the first thing we are going to do is we are going to find the volume of a multi-layer prism using multiplication. So we're going to start with this prism here. This prism here. I want you to draw this prism in that first box, that first rectangular prism on template 4. Okay, what do we notice here? Can you record the length, width, and height of this rectangular prism on your recording sheet? So we know that the length here on the bottom, the length, L for length, the length is how many units? 4 centimeters. Okay, that's the length. The width is going back here to the back, that's the width. And the width is how many centimeters? 2 centimeters. Okay, and then the height, H for height, is how many centimeters? 3. Whoops. 3 centimeters. Okay, so we just recorded the length, the width, and the height. So for the next 3 boxes over here, what we're going to do is we are going to cut this cube in the different layers. Okay, we're going to cut this rectangular prism, not cube. I apologize. We're going to cut the rectangular prism into the different layers. So we're decomposing it into layers 3 different ways. So we have 3 more prisms, 3 different ways. So we're going to take this, okay, and we're going to decompose it into layers 3 different ways, just like we did yesterday. Okay, just like we did yesterday. So the first layer that I'm seeing, that I'm going to help you with, is the length layer. The length layer that goes this way. Oops. Okay, that's the first way that I'm seeing this, is the length way. So let's talk about this. How many layers do we have, everyone? 3. We have 3 layers. 3 layers. Okay. How many cubes are in each layer? Take a look over here. Just look at this. I'm going to highlight this. And let me highlight it yellow. Okay. Just look at this top section right there. How many cubes are in that layer? Oops, let me highlight this part too. Okay, because that's the way that I just cut this. Okay, there's 2, 4, 6, 8. 2 times 4, right? 2 is our width times 4, which is our length. Okay, 2 times 4, because that's the way that we just cut this. So 3 times 2 times 4. So 3 layers times 2 times 4, which gives us 2 times 4 is 8 times 3, which gives us 24 centimeters cubed. That is an 8, everybody. Okay, so each layer, 8, 8, 8. How can we decompose this same one, same prism, another way here? Okay, how can we compose it another way? How can we decompose it another way? Yeah, we can decompose it length and height. Okay, so we just did length and width. Now we're going to do height and length. So we have still 4 centimeters down here. So 4 lines. Those were really bad. Okay, just like that. So we're going to decompose it this way. This way. So how many layers do we have this time? 4. We have 4 layers. 1, 2, and I'll highlight them for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 layers. And how many cubes are in each layer? Think about, we just said we're doing height and length. How many cubes in each layer? Don't leave out your width here. So we want to know right here, how many cubes are in this each layer? That is our layer. So our width is 2, so we know that it's our height and our width. That's going to tell us how many in each layer. So 4 times, we have 4 layers, times our height, which is 3, times the width, which is 2. 3 times 2 is 6, times 4 gives us 24 centimeters cubed. Very good. So I'm going to highlight this top section here, just like I did. Okay, and there's one more way to decompose this, you guys. Okay, so how can we decompose this one more way? Think about it. We did length here. We went with the height here. Okay, what measurement are we missing? We're missing our width. So we can decompose this by width. And our width is, I'm going to zoom in here because it makes it a little bit easier. Our width is what, everybody? What is our width? It's 2, right? So now how many layers do we have? Our width was 2 centimeters. We only have 2 layers this time. 2 layers times, we want to know, how much is this? we want to know what is the area, or what is the volume, I'm sorry, what is the volume of our one layer here? Okay, so we have our length, which is 4 centimeters, times our height, which is 3 centimeters. 4 times 3 is 12, times 2 gives us 24 centimeters cubed. So the only difference, you guys, is that instead of just telling you how many cubes are here, counting the cubes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like we did yesterday, we are multiplying the various sides. Okay? That's the only difference. So yesterday we would have just wrote 12. 2 times 12. 2 layers, 12 blocks in each layer, which gives us 24. Okay? Today, we are not coloring in the lines. We are not making the lines like we did yesterday. All we did was decompose this one prism 3 different ways. 3 different ways. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to record this in our recording sheet here. So I'm going to keep my pages up, okay? And I can see my page number 2 there that we were working on. And we're going to fill in our text box. So that first box, we had 3 layers. 3 layers. And then cubes in each layer, it was 2 times 4. Okay, which then gave us 24. The volume was 24 cubic centimeters. Okay, the next one, we had 4 layers, and cubes in each layer was 3 times 2, which was 6. 6 times 4, same answer, 24 centimeters cubed. And then the last one, we had only 2 layers, and the cubes in each layer was 4 times 3, which gives us 12. 12 times 2 is 24 centimeters cubed. 24 centimeters cubed. All right, so we are moving on to part number 2. You should be using that same template for part number 2, the same template here. Okay, way to go.